This is the largest engineering project on Earth, Tassin. A giant raised canal, an aqueduct.
The Chinese build it on site, piece by piece, in separate 50-meter sections.
The whole structure is then encased in concrete, ready to be moved into position.
Each section weighs 1,200 tons, more than 3 jumbo jets.
The crane driver is just 25 years old, Pafilid, and he isn't daunted by any of it.
Positioning each block is critical, and the water must flow north entirely on its own. Guang Afeng must set each block at exactly 1 centimeter lower at one end. The aqueduct is so long it won't be fully operational until 2030.
When complete, millions of people in northern China will benefit.
The need to feed ourselves has truly transformed the face of our planet.
This is Bingham Mine, the largest open-pit mine in the world.
It produces enough ore each year to rewire every home in the USA and Mexico.
We're about 2.5 miles wide at our widest point and nearly a mile deep at our deepest point. Those 1,000-foot cuts will take us 7 years to get to ore. If it can't be ground, it has to be mined. Copper is essential to our way of life.
The shiny spots you see in there are pyrite material.
The ore only contains a tiny amount of copper, so they have to dig up enormous quantities. Some seams are so deep they dig through 7 years of waste rock.
We've made 19 million tons of copper and moved about 8 billion tons.
These giant trucks each weigh more than a jumbo jet.
I've been driving this truck for 7 years. It's a good feeling. It's pretty exciting. They burn about 100 gallons per hour when driving up the hill, loaded.
When you're up here driving, you don't realize how big things really are.
The mine wouldn't make money without the shovels and trucks carrying.
The only way to get rock out of the ground is with something more powerful than any machine. 3 blasts a day, 100 years of mining Tumunersi, the largest excavation in human history.
And still, the mine keeps growing.
Until the new super sewer is ready, Julio has one of Mexico's dirtiest jobs. The pumps get blocked so regularly, Julio dives into raw sewage to unblock them by hand. The lack of applicants reflects just how dangerous and vile this job really is. Mexico City dumps waste from industry, homes, and hospitals into a single sewer.
1, 2, 3.
Diving in toxic sewage can bring some rather unexpected encounters.
The only way to move goods across the world is in some of the largest vehicles ever built.
To build one of the biggest ships in the world, you need a workforce of 50,000.
Molten metal at over 1,000 degrees. Tens of thousands of tons of steel per ship.
The biggest engine here is more than 100,000 horsepower. A new car is about 100 horsepower.
The scale of effort here is almost impossible to take in. It takes the most powerful crane on site just to put the big pieces together.
27 years of experience puts him on.
He picks up pieces of ship the size of buildings and places them with millimeter precision.
One wrong move and months of work.
Perfect. Every time.
The finished ship is 50 meters tall and 3 times longer than a football field.
And this yard turns out approximately 100 of these ships every single year.
1 megaship every 3 days.
With ships this size, the challenge becomes how to load and
40 years ago, it took 100 men over a week.
The reason is the shipping container d'origine, uniform bauxite villas.
Our crane handles 35 boxes an hour. 5 cranes means 400 container boxes an hour.
Ulsan is the 5th largest port in the world, 14 million containers a year.
In a single year, 14 million container boxes pass through this one port alone.
Everyone knows it as the tube. At 8 a.m., the city really starts to move.
In the next few hours, over 500,000 people will be heading to work.
Morning rush hour is when the entire system is pushed to its absolute max.
For the most part, all of these journeys are completely invisible.
Some lines run so deep, if above ground, they'd be 10 stories high.
London is the oldest subway system in the world.
The busiest system is in the world's most populous city, Tokyo.
The number of riders here dwarfs every other city on Earth.
8 million people cross this city underground every single day.
That's 3 billion journeys a year on a single city's subway.
On every platform, 25 officials, like Yuhei, manage the flow of passengers.
The trains are not allowed to run late, even if the commuters sometimes do.
In Tokyo, the underground runs like clockwork, every time.
Every passenger, every door, every second, all accounted for.
And before the doors close, he is already ready for the next one.
Even in the most efficient system on Earth, someone always misses the train.
The next one is already on its way.
From water to copper, from sewage to steel, it all runs deeper than most of us ever see. The largest excavation in human history, and it's still growing.
Every day, Julio goes back in.
Another ship joins the fleet, one of 100 this year alone.
14 million containers. 1 port. 1 year.
3 billion journeys. 1 city. Every.
Thousands of people doing extraordinary work the world never thinks about.
1 centimeter, that's all the margin he has, every single time. Over 100 years of mining, and the demand for copper keeps growing.
8 billion tons of material moved. And counting.
100,000 horsepower, built by hand. Another ship loaded. Another departure. Another day at Ulsan.
On time. Always time.
The aqueduct stretches so far, it takes minutes just to walk one section. Before the city wakes, the mine is already preparing for the first blast. Not glamorous, not celebrated, but completely essential.
In 6 months, this empty dock became a 13,000 container ship.
Somewhere out there right now, a ship is crossing the ocean with your goods on board.
500,000 journeys. And tomorrow it begins again.
3 billion journeys a year. And it never misses a beat.
Every wire in your home began its life at the bottom of a mine.
Every product you ordered began its journey on a ship like this.
He sets each block at the perfect gradient, 1 centimeter, and moves on to the next.
100 gallons an hour, 7 years of driving, he wouldn't trade it.
No one applies for this job twice. Julio is an exception.
27 years. He makes it look effortless.
Same platform, same gloves, same precision, every single day.
Still incomplete. Still being built. Section by section.
The mine rests for a few hours. Then the blasting begins again. The pumps never stop. The city never knows. Somewhere in this yard, the work never fully stops.
The port doesn't wait for sunrise. It's already running.
Before the passengers arrive, hundreds of workers have already been here for hours.
Yuhei is already at his post. The first train is 2 minutes away.
These are the systems the modern world depends on.
One structure. Thousands of sections. Millions of people waiting at the end of it.
A century of digging. A hole visible from space.
21 million people. One sewer. One man diving into it today.
100 ships a year. Almost one every 3 days.
14 million containers. Moving in, moving out. Never stopping.
3 million passengers a day. Moving entirely out of sight.
8 million people underground. Every single day.
The scale of what humanity has built is almost impossible to hold in your mind.
But it began with one person. Showing up. Doing the work.
One shift at a time. One blast at a time. For over 100 years.
Same station, same dark water. Julio arrives anyway.
Every weld is one small piece of something enormous.
35 containers an hour, 400 across the fleet.
500,000 journeys start with someone like him pulling a lever. He has done this 10,000 times. He does it exactly the same every time.
The mine never stops. The Earth gives up a little more every day. Steel arrives. Workers shape it. A ship grows. Container by container, hour by hour, until the ship is full.
Open at 5, closed at midnight, then it starts again.
Train every 2 minutes. All day. Every day. Never late.
On the surface, the city just works. Nobody asks why. But underneath it all, literally, is something else entirely.
Something that took decades to build and will take decades more to finish.
And yet, it works every single day.
It won't be ready until 2030. But when it is, millions will simply turn on a tap. 19 million tons of copper. 8 billion tons of earth moved. Right now, on every ocean, thousands of ships are crossing with the world's goods. 3 billion journeys a year. Invisible. Essential. Unstoppable. 500 trains. 250 miles of track. 3 million people daily.
The port never sleeps. There is always another ship to load.
1 mega ship every 3 days. The work never pauses.
A mile deep, 2.5 miles wide, and growing.
21 million people above, Julio working below. The city never knows.
Section by section, year by year, it gets closer to Beijing.
He set another section today, 1 centimeter lower at one end.
Perfect. 100 gallons burned. Another load delivered. Another day done.
The pumps are clear. The city keeps moving. Nobody will ever know.
Another section placed. Another ship 1 step closer to the water.